So before I get into those terms of engagement, I just want to say, like you, I woke up the morning after the Trump election. And I was terrified because I realized something fundamentally had gone wrong. Something was broken. And I realized that no politicians, and I'm a politician, but no politicians were coming to save us. We had found ourselves at this dead end because we had allowed ourselves to become disconnected from one another. And we need to do fundamental steps before we take on the fascists. Those fundamental steps are we have to rewire our brains so that we're not doom scrolling, that we're reaching out and we're touching each other and talking to each other. That was our first step we had to do. The second step was that we had to get out and find each other. And this is why I'm so excited. Because this is what Canada has done. This movement that you're seeing elbows up was not run by any leader. It was run by ordinary people who just said, no, you are not going to take my country. No, I am not going to give in to fascism. And no, I'm not going to buy your goddamn products ever again if you threaten us as a people. I would love to take credit for any of that, but I don't. And every day I get messages from people who are just organizing amongst themselves, building a movement. Because what we're facing, my friends, is an existential threat to who we are as a people. And I was just in Europe at the NATO meetings. I went there hoping that I was going to be reassured. Big cousin Germany was going to say, hey, Donald, Canadians are our allies. I thought our friends in France would say, you're a NATO country, we'll be there. And I thought the United Kingdom, yeah, all the people we sent over to save them, and none of them stood up. And I realized we were alone. Nobody was coming to save us. But I also realized then, yeah, when we were 11 million people, we came and saved you. And we will save democracy again, because if it's a dirty, rotten job and nobody else wants to stand up for it, they always gave it to Canadians in the war. Give it to us now. We will defend democracy right now. And I'm not saying that to boast, because Canadians don't boast. But I get messages every single day from people around the world who say, we're watching Canada and we want to be like Canada, because Canada is the front line of the defense. And the front line of that defense is you. It's the decisions that you are making. The decisions you make to say, no, we're not going to travel, even though my family, we wanted to go to New York City this summer. We love New York City. Well, we're not going back because it's a fascist country. And as long as they have fascists, we are not going back. You're not getting another dime. And I've been amazed when I go into the little no-frills at stores in Northern Ontario and I watch people checking the products. That might seem like a small thing, but it's not. That's people power. The power of the boycott. It began back in Ireland. The boycott was Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks in Montgomery. That's what brought down the racist state. It was the boycott. It was people saying, we are not giving our money to something that's wrong. And I know we wish somebody would come and wave a big wand, and I know we all wish that we weren't in this, but we are in this, and this is the fight of our lives. And there's no sitting on the sidelines. It's not. It's the decisions that each of us make. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This is a fundamental existential threat right now. Donald Trump thought we would roll over. If we don't roll over, he's going to get angrier. If we stand up to him, it's either going to be us or them. But they are divided, and they are angry, and they're fearful, and they're fighting amongst themselves. And we, as Canada, we are Team Canada. I will take those odds any day of the week, any day. And the amount of Americans who write to me every single day and say, we want to be elbows up too. We have to take back our own country, and we're watching you defend yours. So we are the front line, my friends. So there's a lot of serious issues ahead of us, and we are going to be in for some dark, dark moments. And people are going to suffer pain because we are dealing with an aggressive, hateful enemy where we used to have friends. But let's think about what it is that they really hate and they want to take. They want to take our water. They want to get access to the Arctic. Is it for them or is it for Vladimir Putin? Who knows? They want our critical minerals. Daniel Smith's more than willing to break the country up to give them our oil. She's a total, yes. But I want to say, the people of Alberta are as loyal as we are. They cannot divide us from each other. I'm going out to Alberta next week. Alberta is like us. The Albertans are like us. It's Daniel Smith and the Quislings that we got to name and we got to shame. But there's one other thing that I think is more fundamental that they want to take from us. They have these terms. Woke. You know that if you woke up, that's somehow bad? Because they wanted everyone sleepwalking to the edge, and we were sleepwalking. But we're not sleepwalking, we're wide awake, so we're woke. Right? And I had this Putin troll accuse me of being Antifa. First time I got accused of being Antifa, I had to ask my daughter, what's an Antifa? She said, it's anti-fascist. Like, yeah? Okay. I'm a Canadian. I come from a long line of Antifa. My uncles kick Nazi ass all over Europe. That's who we are. Of course we are anti-fascist. Yeah, you don't like that, you're damn married. We don't, when we step up, it's the Juno Beach gene. We don't stop until it's done. So yeah, I'm Antifa. Now they got a new term. I thought it was DUI, which is something that all the Republicans know a lot about. And they're not mad about DUI, because that's about them, but it's DEI. So again, I had to ask my daughters, what's DEI? Diversity, equity, inclusion, right? When you got a government run by white men who are afraid of pronouns, what do you think they're going to do with a nation of people who believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion? We terrify them. Yeah, because we don't care who marries who in Canada. And we live by the rule of law in Canada, and we terrify them. That's what they want to take from us, and that's what we're not going to let them take. So I'm just going to end on this. We are peaceful, but we aren't going to be nice about this. This is the fight of our lives, and we're going to have to fight hard. But Canadians have to be willing to fight. Canadians have to be willing to hold our ground, because we're going to defend who we are. We're going to defend our democracy. We're going to defend our decency. We're going to defend the fact that we are a nation of inclusion, in comparison to a nation of fascists. Not now, not ever. And we're freaking them out. What did Pete Navarro say the other day? Well, come on, Canada, stop with all that hockey stuff. Like, you're scaring us. You're scaring us? We haven't even got over the ice yet.